What are the functions of the PBO Regulatory Authority? It registers PBOs, maintains their register, and cancels registrations when necessary. It facilitates smooth application of the national PBO policy across government entities. It also provides forms, instructions, and model documents to help PBOs comply with the Act and acts as a bridge between the government and PBOs for networking and information exchange. The regulatory authority includes representatives from government ministries, the National Federation of PBOs, and the civil society. This authority provides detailed procedures for board member selection and the qualifications safeguard independence. It addresses issues of conflict of interest through clear guidelines. The Act also bars certain individuals like political party officials or members of parliament from serving on the board. The authority can investigate PBO activities to ensure compliance with the Act. It may do so by summoning individuals to provide evidence or produce documents, and it offers reimbursements for costs incurred during compliance with inquiries. The PBO Act establishes the PBO Disputes Tribunal, which is an independent mechanism for complaint and redress and addresses disputes related to public benefit organizations. The Disputes Tribunal handles complaints about violations of the Act and reviews appeals against the regulatory authority decisions. It, however, cannot hear criminal matters. The tribunal's decisions can affirm, amend, or cancel orders, and they can also direct the authority to reconsider its decisions. It is key to note that the tribunal decisions are enforceable by law. The High Court can, however, review tribunal decisions. Failure to comply with tribunal decisions is a legal offense under the PBO Act, and the penalties are outlined in the PBO Act. The Disputes Tribunal shall have a membership made of 5 individuals appointed by the Chief Justice and approved by the National Assembly. The membership will include advocates and experts in relevant fields. The Act prohibits a member of the PBO authority from serving on the tribunal and safeguards against conflict of interest. What is the procedure for winding up or dissolution of a PBO? A membership PBO must secure a vote from 2/3 of its members to dissolve, while a non-membership PBO must have its governing body decide in line with its constitution. A written notice must be sent to the Director General of the PBO authority, including the decision details and reasons for dissolution, the intended dissolution date, and copies of all relevant documents, financial statements, and an auditor's report up to the notice date. The authority will cancel the PBO's registration and confirm this in writing. After settling financial obligations, remaining resources must be transferred to another PBO with similar objectives that is approved as credible by the authority. If the governing body fails to designate a recipient, the authority will step in to allocate the assets. Officials or members may be required to provide a list of assets and their locations to safeguard them. Failure to comply is an offense. The PBO Act also addresses the transition of organizations to public benefits organizations. NGOs that are registered under the NGO Coordination Act before the commencement of the PBO Act are deemed registered under the PBO Act. Civil society organizations under other registration regimes may seek registration under the PBO Act. All assets, funds, rights, powers, and liabilities of the NGO Coordination Board transfer to the PBO Regulatory Authority. Administrative decisions by the NGO Board remain enforceable under the PBO Act. The NGO Board members, staff, and agents transition to the PBO Authority for their remaining terms unless they are public officers. The current executive director of the NGO Board continues in the same role under the PBO Authority, subject to reappointment qualifications. Provisions in the PBO Act requiring clarification will be supported by additional rules and regulations. The development process will begin once the PBO Act is operational.